Today I'm at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Welcome to the United Kingdom Attraction Channel. Yes, hello and welcome to the United Kingdom Attraction Channel. It is the 10th of July 2021 and we are here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It is exciting. I'm glad I'm back. Very excited to get on all of the rides and attractions that Blackpool has to offer. There is probably going to be nothing new today on the vlog, but it's going to be interesting to see if there is anything new in the theme park itself or just experiencing Blackpool. It is always great to get down here. Always excited, it's always a buzz coming to Blackpool. It's one of them places where it doesn't matter what time of the year you come, you always get that buzz feeling. There's always an atmosphere, a really good atmosphere at that. Everyone's always seemed to have a good time here at Blackpool, so I'm excited to get back into the park. I was here on its opening day, which was postponed. I think it was April this year. It normally is the February WOW weekend, however due to the virus that didn't happen this year. So I haven't been back since the April opening. But hopefully we are celebrating the 125 years of operation here at Blackpool. Big one away, I think I can just hear it in the background. There it goes. We are celebrating 125 years of operation, which is an incredible feat for any theme park to be operating for 125 years. I mean, wow, they must be doing something right, and they definitely are. Anyone that's familiar with Blackpool Pleasure Beach, it is an amazing theme park. What I will say is we'll be touching on ride operations today, anything new, just a general atmosphere from around the park. So hopefully it is going to be a really good day. Get on some rides and attractions. Joining me today is a friend. They aren't going to be on the vlog today, unfortunately. However, they're going to be keeping me company and you're going to have little old me for the entire vlog. Gemma is having a break and Samantha's having a break from the vlogs today. So just have to cope with me. I mean, not always a bad thing, I hope. And apparently I don't introduce myself enough. I'm Michael Stanix, so if you do want to follow me on my Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, maybe not Snapchat, but Facebook and Instagram will keep. Or you can follow the United Kingdom Attraction Channel's Instagram page to keep up to date with where we are. So without further ado, we're going to get inside Pleasure Beach. It is worth mentioning they are still doing the e-tickets. It was £38 for me today. That was booked the day before. I think you save £4, or is it £2? I think it's £40 on the gate. So if you were just coming on the gate prices, it is £40. So I think you save that £2 per person. So definitely worth booking a day before. If it's not on peak, we're on peak season currently. If it was off peak season, you do save actually quite a bit more. Sometimes it can be quite substantial. Parking today, I've parked in Pleasure Beach's grounds on Bond Street car park. That was £15 for an all-day ticket. You can get cheaper elsewhere, however I just like the easiness of parking on Pleasure Beach's ground. But if you did want to park elsewhere, you can actually get free parking in Blackpool if you park further enough away. But then you do have to bear in mind that you might have a little bit of a walk. So without further ado, let's get into the park and hopefully get on some of our favourite rides and attractions here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
Have I still got 300?
So that is us inside the park now. We're heading towards Nickelodeon Land for the Nickelodeon Streak to get our first ride of the day to ease one of our friends in gently. She hasn't been to a theme park in a long time, so I thought what better way to go on a roller coaster, calm our nerves than Nickelodeon Streak. So we'll make our way over there now. Unfortunately there will be no on-ride footage today. I haven't had permission of Pleasure Beach to get on-ride footage. However, hopefully get some off-ride footage for you to enjoy. But we'll see you over at Nickelodeon Streak. So I've just come off the Nickelodeon Streak. Quite funny, my friend, it was our first coaster in a long time, and I was saying it's going to be really tame, and we're sat on the back seat, probably not the best place for if you haven't been on a coaster in a long time, especially on a woody here at Blackpool. There was a few explicit languages, but she enjoyed it, and hopefully we're going to get on the next ride, which I think is going to be the Big Dipper. So we'll hopefully get over at the Big Dipper, which is a classic woody here. It is actually the oldest roller coaster here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I think it's around 94, 95 years old, so quite an old coaster. So hopefully we'll straight on the Big Dipper. The queue hasn't been actually too bad at the moment. It is a Saturday, so I am expecting the queues to be sort of moderate to high, but hopefully they just stay at moderate and we can get sort of straight on the Big Dipper. But we'll see you over at the Big Dipper. So we've just come off the Big Dipper. It's been a little while since I've been on it. It's a really good ride and attraction here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Like I said, it is the oldest wooden roller coaster here at the park. One of the oldest in the country and one of the oldest in the world. It will soon be celebrating its 100th birthday. I don't know actually quite when it is, but hopefully they'll make a big fanfare for the Big Dipper because it is a big addition to the park. So now I think we're going to head to the last wooden roller coaster that we're going to be riding today, because we're not going to do the Blue Flyer, which is the baby coaster. So we're going to do the Nickelodeon, the Grand National, which is one of only 3 in the world, which is a racing coaster. You race another car next to each other. So that will be good fun, especially for Chloe, who hasn't been on any of the roller coasters here at Blackpool. She did say she preferred... Which one did you prefer, Chloe? You prefer the Big Dipper. So she did prefer the Big Dipper over Nickelodeon Streak. So we'll see how that weighs up with the Grand National. I mean, personally, the Grand National is my favourite wooden coaster here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I think the favourite in the UK would be the Wicker Man, but the favourite at Pleasure Beach is the Grand National. So it is a really good ride. We'll see what Chloe thinks. It is a bit bumpy. If we do get the back seats, you are in for a really bumpy ride. But it is good fun at the same time. But we'll see you over at the Grand National. So we've just come off the Grand National. I don't know, any eagle-eyed viewers there might notice my hairstyle has changed. It is torrential rain. There was actually hailstones in July, the 10th of July, and it's hailstoning. I am absolutely drenched. I've never been on the Grand National in heavy torrential rain. I couldn't actually see. I didn't know what was coming around the corner. I normally know that coaster off by heart, and honestly, it was just a blur. It is normally a really good coaster. I do not recommend it in the rain. I mean, it was a good laugh. Honestly, no way to lie, I could not see that entire ride. It was just banging against my face. Hailstones don't help. I did try and get my hood up, but even then, I'm drenched. So hopefully we're going to stay under cover. We're actually in the Palladium Arcade currently, which is just situated just across the road from the Grand National. So we're going to hopefully ride out the rain showers in here and hopefully get on some more rides and attractions after that. We're going to now start the steel coasters here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Chloe wasn't a big fan of the Grand National. Our favourite coaster here is the Big Dipper, but the Grand National is definitely mine. It is one of a kind, or three of a kind, one of three in the world. So hopefully, if you do get yourself down to Blackpool, you'll ride on the Grand National. I'm just going to have to move because I'm in the way of an amusement arcade there. But try to think what we'll get her on next. I don't think we'll be cruel and get her on the big one straight away. I think we might do the Infusion. I'll say ease her in, but the Infusion is very, very bumpy, especially for the taller build of a human. The higher you are, your ears do bang against the head restraints, which is a shame, but that is a sort of a trademark of Vekoma coasters. They're very bumpy. I was at Fantasy Island. If you do want to check the Fantasy Island vlog out, you're more than welcome. It was my last vlog here on the channel, and it was actually the smoothest. Well, there was this Millennium was the smoothest Vekoma coaster I have ever been on. And Odyssey was the roughest Vekoma coaster I've ever been on, and it was also the tallest. So if you do like a Vekoma coaster, get yourselves out of Fantasy Island in Skegness. But no, it's Infusion today, so we'll hopefully head over towards Infusion. I would like to say, if it is going to be raining constantly during the day, there'll be less filming today because my camera cannot go in the rain, which is a shame. We'll try and hopefully it'll dry out and we'll get some great off-ride footage as well. But it's good to get used to have a look at what Blackpool has to offer and see all the rides and attractions in operation. But hopefully we'll see it over at Infusion. So we're currently waiting in the Infusion station, just hiding from the rain. We don't want to go on the ride yet. The queue is actually really, really big, surprisingly. I'll try and get... I don't know if you can just see the queue down there. Everyone wearing ponchos. And the Infusion away. It is torrential rain here in Blackpool. Absolutely soaking. Everyone taking cover under the stands. I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera, but honestly the rain is hammering down. So we're gonna try and get on some indoor rides and attractions while we're waiting. However, the queue is out the door. I think everyone's had the same idea to get on Wallace and Gromit, the River Caves, Alice in Wonderland and the Ghost Train. So you were gonna be getting soaked anyway, whether you were waiting on the queue for them or the roller coaster. So we thought, oh, we might as well just bite the bullet and go to the roller coasters. However, Infusion is a lot bigger queue than I thought, so we'll just wait in the station for maybe 5-10 minutes. Hopefully the rain does subside and we can sort of stand in the queue in relatively dryness so it doesn't spoil the rest of our day. But we'll keep you updated. Hopefully we'll get on Infusion next. However, we might be going to an indoor ride if the rain keeps up. It's definitely good that it is raining today actually, because we might can get more information on what would happen if it rains for, I think it's more than 4 hours of your day. I'm sure you can get like a discounted next day on your theme park ticket. So you can get a ticket, I think I don't know if it's half price or if you get it free of charge. It's called a rainy day ticket. So I will get more information on that, and then hopefully we'll see how the day progresses and whether it's going to rain all day. If it rains all day, whether we'll be eligible to get that rainy day ticket and be able to come back another day in the season, or if it's the next day, a next available day it might be. So I'll get more information on that as well. But we've already done the 3 wooden roller coasters. Luckily that was dry. I mean, hopefully this rain will speed the roller coasters up and we'll get some good slick rides on the steel coasters here at Blackpool. So we are at Infusion. I'm going to hopefully get on the big one after this, and then Icon and the Revolution as well. So yeah, all up in the air with the weather. But hopefully we'll be on the Infusion next. We'll get some off-ride footage for you, subject to weather conditions. So we'll see you off the ride. I've just come off Infusion. It was actually quite smooth in the rain. I think the rain calmed it down a little bit. We're sitting in the centre cars, or seats should I say, off the car, the centre of the car. Yeah, I mean, what more to say about Infusion? It is a standard looping coaster, a Vekoma standard looping coaster, SLC for short. It is a sort of a standard model, so there is exact replicas of the Infusion elsewhere in the world. It did used to be at Southport Pleasureland. It used to be called the Traumatizer, and when Blackpool sold the Pleasureland, they transported the Traumatizer to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, replacing the log flume and renaming it the Infusion, giving it a new colour scheme. It is now blue and like a dark navy, I would say, supports, so the blue track, navy supports. It is a really good addition. I used to love the log flume though. Maybe comment below who remembers the log flume. And sure, it was the longest in the world, the longest log flume of its type in the world, but it's now sadly gone. And it was actually it took more of the space. It didn't just take where the Infusion is, it also took the car park of the Boulevard Hotel as well. So the Infusion didn't take the entire footprint of the log flume. So now we're going to head towards the Revolution, which is a Mack ride. They have got a few Mack coasters here in Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Blackpool, the Thompson family who owns Blackpool Pleasure Beach, is very pally with the Mack family who owns Europa Park. Amanda Thompson, the managing director of Blackpool Pleasure Beach, did do a lot of work with the dancing and the choreographer of dance shows and hot ice shows over in Europa Park. And Mack Rides constructed the Revolution, the Avalanche and Icon, which is the new roller coaster here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. They're all Mack rides, so they do have strong bonds between the two families and the two theme parks. So hopefully we'll get on Revolution. It is, I mean, I haven't been out on it in the rain. It is normally quite a jerky coaster when you're getting fired over the edge and going round the loop, and especially backwards when you don't know when to brace yourself. But it's definitely a good attraction here at Blackpool. We'll see what Chloe makes of it. Unfortunately, Chloe doesn't want to appear on camera. She's not a big vlogger. She wants to stay off camera, but I will try and get her opinions on the coasters. She did really like Infusion. She completely doesn't know anything. She has no idea about anything about coasters. So she doesn't know that a Vekoma is sort of a rough coaster. She said it was quite smooth. So I was like, if you think that's smooth, you'll just wait until you get to Icon. It just glides along the track. Really good addition to the park. But we'll head over towards Revolution. Hopefully get some good off-ride footage for you as well. So we'll see you over there. So we've just come to the barbecue stand for some food under Avalanche. Just went over, if you can hear it. So I ordered a plain cheeseburger, a hot dog and a portion of chips with 2 drinks, a cider and a Desperado. So that is it there. It came in £19 for all of this, so it's quite reasonable. And what I would say is the burger is unbelievable. It is a barbecue burger. It's done on a proper barbecue, and you get a bucket and spade with your chips. So if you're getting a fries, you get your own little Pleasure Beach bucket and spade. So it's definitely worth it, especially if you've got some kids. You can take the little souvenir away with you, and you even use it on the beach. So we're going to eat this now, and then hopefully we're going to get on the Revolution, which is literally just above us there, which will be the first time for Chloe. So it'll be interesting to see what she makes of the Revolution. Some people like it, some people hate it, and it is a very jerky ride. So we'll see what she thinks of that. So we're just on the way to the Revolution. We have just finished food. Probably not the best roller coaster to be going on just after food. Chloe, although she's not going to be starring in the video, she said she might come on afterwards. Are you going to come on after Revolution maybe? Maybe. She said, oh, you might have heard her voice there. They're all like, who's Chloe? So we'll head over towards the Revolution now. Hopefully get some good off-ride footage for you. So we'll see you over there. So we've just come off the Revolution, which used to be called the Iron Brew Revolution. It was a sponsor, but it's now just the Revolution. They have changed the colour scheme. It is back to the grey colour scheme. I say back to the grey colour scheme. It did used to be red and white. Then when it got its Iron Brew sponsor, it went orange and blue. And it's now light grey on the track and a darker grey on the supports. Chloe's recommendation is she liked it. It wasn't her favourite coaster at the park. She said it was a bit short, and she thought when you were waiting to be launched, she thought that there could have been a countdown to make the suspense a little bit more, or build the suspense a little bit more, and they're missing a trick, she thinks, with the Revolution. But it is a really good coaster. I have just tasted my hot dog again, and I think Chloe's just tasted her burger again, she said, so it's probably not a good one to come on if you have just had food. So bear that in mind. Probably either do this one at the start of the day, or maybe towards the end of the day once your food has settled. I think we're going to head towards another Mack ride here at the park, the Avalanche, to get that done. Chloe's never been on a ride like it before, so she's quite interested to see a trackless ride. It is sort of, I know it does have a track, you're not completely trackless, however it's not keeping you in, it just uses gravity to keep it to the track. A bit like a bobsled, so which sort of gets its name for the Avalanche. So we'll see you over there. So I have just come off the Avalanche. It is a really good riding attraction here at Blackpool. It is one of a kind here in the UK. There is others around the world. There is one at Europa Park. However, it is the only one of its type in the UK. It is a Mack ride. That's probably why there's got one at Europa Park, because they do own the theme park there. I think it is a bit short. It's over and done with in literally about 30 seconds, which is a shame, especially when you're sort of waiting in possibly an hour queue to ride the Avalanche. You really want a little bit more than that. But other than that, it's a really good attraction and definitely one for the entire family. We're now heading towards the big one, so hopefully we'll get the first ride of the day on the big one, maybe get two. They are operating 2 cars, so hopefully the throughput is a little bit better than the attractions we've been on currently. The throughput isn't too bad. And sorry, I was just put off there. Chloe on her FaceTiming on her phone there. Who am I looking at there? Your dad. So yeah, we're heading towards the big one now for our first ride on it. I was going to say the first ride of it this year, but it's not. Second ride of it this year. Chloe's first ride ever on the big one. She is excited. I'm going to hopefully bring her on the vlog for the first time. She has been a little bit nervous, but hopefully we'll get her on and get her opinion on the big one. So we'll see you off the ride. Hopefully I'll get some good off-ride footage for you as well. It's just a way up the hill there now, and I'll leave you with the footage of the big one going up the hill. So we'll see you off the ride. have just come off the big one. Wow. It does always impress. It is the UK's tallest roller coaster, standing at 235 feet tall, with a 205 foot initial drop. I mean, it is bumpy. It's not the smoothest coaster in the world. It is an Arrow coaster. Arrow are no longer with us. They have went bankrupt. So there will be no coasters of its type again. It is one of, I think there's 3 Arrow mega coasters, steel mega coasters in the world. I think Magnum is another one. I don't know what the other one is. I think it might be Goliath. And then obviously the big one here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It is definitely the most iconic coaster here at the park. It dominates the skyline. And definitely a must when you do come to Blackpool. I did say it's 235 feet tall. It does go, it's just over 80, I think it's 85 miles per hour, so it is quite a fast coaster as well. One of the fastest in the UK, if not the fastest. I don't know, I think it's between the big one here and Stealth. I don't know which one quite goes faster, but it's between them two for the UK. So now that is the big one over and done with. Chloe did enjoy it. She said the good thing about the big one is it's quite a long ride, so it justifies standing in the queue for hours on end. So she did really enjoy the big one. She did say it was a little bit bumpy, but you do expect that, especially on I think we're going on for 25 years or 20 years of how old it is now. So it is showing a change a little bit. However, they are constantly upgrading the big one. It has had track replacement this year, in fact. However, it has had multiple track replacements over the years. So they're constantly renewing the big one, which is a really good sign, because we don't really want to go anywhere. And that iconic clicker noise in the back is the iconic noise that the big one makes when it is going up its first lift hill. So whenever you are at the park and you hear that iconic clicker noise, you know the big one is operating that day, which is always a good sign. It is really damp here today still, which is a little bit of a shame. However, it's not dampening our moods, it's just dampening my hair. And our next ride, which should be the last roller coaster here today, is going to be Icon. I normally do it first, however Chloe has been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I don't know why. I think she's been on the worst ones already. So we're going to try and get an Icon. It is operating. I have seen the cars going around. Hopefully it is operating a free car system a day, because the queue is literally out the gate, down past the Avalanche, back up the Avalanche. So hopefully it is operating free cars, otherwise this could be a long queue. But even with 2, it should go down quite well. I'm hoping anyway. So we'll see you over towards Icon. Normally we get some great off-ride footage of Icon, so hopefully we will as well there for you as well. So we'll see you over there. So I've just come off Icon. Wow, that was intense. the airtime you get on Icon is unbelievable. It is constant. It's like just when you sort of recovered from one airtime, you've got another one to deal with. It's left, right, up, down. I wouldn't say it's the quickest launch coaster I've ever been on, especially in terms of Rita and Stealth in the UK, which are Intamin launch coasters. However, this being a Mack coaster, it does use a slightly different system. It uses magnets instead of hydraulics, but it is a really, really good launch coaster. Definitely recommend it. I would say the Rolls Royce of launch coasters. So smooth, so comfortable. The seating is really, really comfortable. So I do really recommend Icon here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I would probably rank this as my UK favourite coaster. It is up there with, I mean, it's between Icon, Nemesis at Alton Towers, and the Swarm and Stealth at Thorpe Park. They're sort of my 4 favourites here in the UK. So they're all contenders, but I would probably say Icon sort of pips it. It just depends. I've chopped and changed. I can never make my mind up. I should really do a video on what is the best coaster here in the UK, and maybe put the facts and statistics down and actually choose which one is my best. But it is definitely one of the top 4 for me personally in the UK. Let us know what you think of Icon down in the comments below. Definitely an amazing addition here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Definitely was needed. So I'm now going to head towards the front of the park for our closing down speech. Hopefully get a little bit more off-ride footage of different rides and attractions here at Blackpool. It's been a really, really good day. What I would say is Icon had a massive queue. It was definitely it was overflow. They had railings and extra fencing out. It took about an hour and a half to complete the Icon queue. It did seem to be going a lot slower due to Fast Pass or Speedy Pass, Blackpool Pleasure Beach call it, which is a bit of a shame and a bit annoying. However, people have paid for them, so I suppose they are entitled to it. And also what I would say is that we're running 3 cars, so I can't really complain at that. They were running at full capacity, maximum capacity of the roller coaster itself. So the Pleasure Beach were trying hard to get the throughput through as much as they could. But yeah, that is all here at Icon. We will make our way towards the entrance, try and get some more footage of the amazing rides and attractions, because it's not just roller coasters here at Blackpool. There's everything for the entire family. Smaller rides, indoor rides, amusements. There is the flat rides, the thrill rides, which aren't roller coasters as well. We can't fit all of that into one day, but hopefully when we get back, we'll try and get back 3 or 4 times a year here at Blackpool. We'll come on some of the other rides and attractions as well. But we'll head over towards the front gate, so we'll see you over there. And just like that, the day here is at a close. It has been a really, really good day here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Touching on ride operations, all the rides seem to be open except the Impossible Maze. Now that hasn't been open, I think that's the 3rd time I've been at the park and it hasn't been open. I don't know if that is permanently closed now or if it is due to the virus that they've decided not to open the maze, because it would take a lot to clean it every sort of hour. I don't know what the situation with that is, but it can open because we're happy to Thorpe Park and their new maze, Black Mirror Labyrinth, is open. So it definitely could open if it wanted to, however it isn't currently. Touching on the roller coasters here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, they were operating at full capacity. I could not sort of mark them down for that. It just seemed to go a lot slower, and I don't know if that was because of the speedy passes. It definitely was the speedy passes with Icon. I couldn't see proof of it being with the other coasters, and I do mean Nickelodeon Streak only runs one car anyway, so that's obviously going to be slower. But the Big Dipper had two. I mean, it wasn't going slow, but it wasn't going quick either. The Grand National did have the 4 on, and then changed to the 2. So I don't know why that was. Maybe they just thought it wasn't going to work out. It just wasn't busy enough to keep the 4 going. And when I say 4, it is 2 racing each other. So technically it's only 2 per track. Although it is 1 continuous track on the Grand National. But you know what I mean. It is 2 per track. So you're really only getting the 2 cars, because once the 2's away, you're filling the other 2 ready to go. So they did drop that down to just the 2, so we'll have to wait for the complete sort of circle or complete circuit of Grand National before you could load the next car, which did take a little bit longer. The big one was running 2, that did seem to go quite fast actually, which was really, really good. And Icon was running 3, which was really, really good. You can see the big one away there. The coronavirus / COVID-19 implementations have relaxed dramatically. There was a few instances where staff did say that the mask needed to be worn, however it was very few and far between. It's definitely more on your self-ownership to sort of wear a mask where needed, or keep that 2 metre distance or 1 metre plus currently. So that's definitely an onus on you, not the park. I mean, the park probably should be really implementing it a little bit better, but I think everyone's getting to the point now where they're just about sick. And especially in 2 weeks' time, it's very hard to enforce a rule or a law which is ending in 2 weeks' time. So, I mean, face masks and sort of all of the implementations that COVID-19 has given us are, I say all, most of the implementations are coming to an end. So hopefully in the summer, or the end of the summer, the back end, we should have no sort of rules, guidance to follow. I mean, there probably will be guidance, but there'll be nothing concrete evidence that tells you to wear a face mask. It'll just be your own personal preference. So that's not too bad. And just a general atmosphere of the park has been really, really good. They normally do have the radio going, but they didn't seem to have that going today, so I don't know if they're an entertainer down, or I don't know what it is, but they normally have their own Blackpool Pleasure Beach radio. I didn't hear that in the park. They were just playing chart music, which was a little bit of a shame, but it's still, playing the chart music did give it a really, really good atmosphere. All the other rides and attractions did seem to be operating today. Nickelodeon Land seemed really, really well. They seem to have had a little bit of a paint job since I last there. SpongeBob Splash Bash seemed to be faded into the sun when I was last here, but it seems to have had that little bit of extra paint added to it, so it just looks a lot better. So I think that's everything here at Blackpool today. All I have to say is please please comment on anything that I've missed or anything that you want to see in the future. So comment on maybe things that you want to know as well. So if there's anything you want to know about the Pleasure Beach or any of the other parks that I've been to, please let me know. If I don't already know, I'll try and find out for you. And if there's anything that you think I've made a mistake on or disagree with, please put that down in the comments as well, and we can maybe see what other people are thinking about different rides and attractions here. It is worth it. I did say that Impossible was the only ride and attraction that wasn't running today. Also Valhalla has been closed, however that is closed for the entire 2021 season. It's supposed to be opening the 2022 season, being reimagined. The gods are getting reimagined, but they are remaining here at Blackpool. It was supposed to be opening this year, however due to the virus that has been pushed back 1 year. But hopefully next year we're going to have an exciting new Valhalla, which will be really good on days like today, where the sun, I say the sun has been out. It's been warm, it's been definitely humid, so it would be great on days like today where it's nice and warm, you can cool down on the Valhalla. So hopefully that'll be for the 2022 season. It's going to be very exciting to see what is in store for Valhalla. Please subscribe to the channel. It makes a massive difference to me, a massive difference to the channel, in fact. We'll try to get that 1,000 subscriber mark this year, which would be really, really good if we could get that, and hopefully help us get to more and more attractions right across the United Kingdom as well. So all that is left to say is thank you for watching the United Kingdom Attraction channel. Stay safe, and I will see you next time.